Hey,
Hey
everybody!
guys,
Hey, what's up? How's it
welcome.
going?
I don't think that that video's ever got me more pumped up than right now. I had my volume up so loud I thought maybe I was going to mess everything up. It's good to be here, man. We looks
Yeah,
like Fisto got kicked. Hopefully he can rejoin us.
yeah, I see him in the chat. That's fine.
Fix should be hopping in here as soon as he gets back. He's picking up his daughter, and Andy has some obligations. He can't be here, and you guys want to keep Big Bear in your thoughts and your well wishes and your prayers. He's attending to some family matters that got him pretty occupied, so he could use our prayers. He could use our thoughts and well wishes. So, welcome to Axion, guys. How's it going?
Good to be here, guys. Pretty happy about what's going to happen today. You've been patient, guys. Thanks for that. Today's the day. So
I could feel the tangible excitement in the air.
How many of these have we done? And I can honestly tell you, this is the first time I'm actually freaking nervous. I'm like got the jitters or something. I'm like freaking out.
You worked so hard for it to be a thing today. Like for it to work, it has been delayed, but now it's really happening. So you can't believe it. That's why.
Yeah, we kind of started on this journey. I want to say almost 2 months ago, at least 6 weeks or more. And we expected to be announcing this a couple weeks ago, ran into some unexpected issues. And, if you saw our last, if you were with our last Discord hangout, or you saw the last article, you know that we recently turned off the taxes, not necessarily permanent, but for the foreseeable future until we can get a few things. In fact, I've been kind of mulling that over and how we could keep that as part of our ecosystem and still really leverage a lot of these opportunities that are coming up. But that's for another day. But yeah, we have this is a great opportunity. You guys, does anybody have anything they want to chat about first? Make everybody hang in there, or do we want to just kind of
Dive in. I think everyone is just anticipating. And yeah, man, I think it's let's just go straight for the jugular.
Yeah, the water's fine. Let's dive in.
Let's do this, guys.
So, as you guys know, we've been having ongoing issues with Sushi Swap since we migrated from Ethereum to Polygon. And we've been looking to solve that problem. And we've had a lot of people over the last several months really express thoughts, concerns about our liquidity. And we recently changed to a USDC pair. And we recently had a project reach out to us interested in partnering with us on the launch pad. And it kind of took on its own life from there. So without further ado, Axion Network forms a strategic alliance with ApeSwap. ApeSwap selects Axion as one of its premier launchpad partners. With the bear market still in full swing, the crew at ApeSwap reached out to us and with a bold proposition that has since turned into much, much more. So let's see. I'm reading off of my notes here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. But like I said, we've been having problems with Sushi Swap, and as one of the key features of this alliance with ApeSwap, we are now listed as a primary token within their DEX. What does that mean? That means if you go to ApeSwap and you type in Axion, you don't have to import the token anymore. It pops up. And you can do that right now. And we'll be sharing some screenshots and some links and everything else. And this is going to open the door for many other opportunities of the same fashion with other places where we can list. In addition to this, Axion will be participating in their sustainable liquidity mining program. First, by moving our liquidity from SushiSwap to ApeSwap, and that's done. We currently have 2 pools right now, but the SushiSwap liquidity pool will be phased fully into the ApeSwap liquidity pool. They both hold about the same equal amounts right now. Second, we've created a jungle farm LP pool that will incentivize new and existing liquid Axion holders to participate in the growth of our liquidity. This will not only give existing holders of the Axion token an option for secondary token use, but will also get our project out in front of dozens of more other projects that are or will be joining us in this awesome program. And then third, we will soon be launching a liquidity treasury bill with ApeSwap that will help us build the treasury and again get us more exposure to other projects and other eyeballs because we are now listed directly on the ApeSwap website. And I'd say go ahead and bring in our special guests at this point. So finally, with one of the main reasons ApeSwap reached out to us was because of our launchpad and their desire to expand their reach and the products and services that they offer. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn some time over to Tars from ApeSwap, if he's ready. Are you geared up there, bud?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Hey, Tom,
Welcome.
Hey, Tars.
Welcome to our hangout. Welcome to this option. We're totally stoked, totally off. This has really been a journey. Me and you've been talking now for quite a long time, and we're excited to finally get this to where we could introduce this to our community and start leveraging this for the health of our ecosystem.
Amazing. Yeah, no, I'm super excited to be here. Yeah, like you said, we've been chatting for quite a while now, and yeah, this is the culmination of a lot of hard work. So it's exciting. Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, you can already see the Axion token listed live on the ApeSwap Polygon side of things, as well as the farm. The farm is live as well. So we're super stoked. And then it's looking like we're, like you mentioned, going to be doing a treasury bill coming here soon as well. So yeah, super stoked. I guess I'll give a little bit of a background here, an introduction of myself. So hello, everyone. I'm Tars, short for Tarzan, before we hired a copyright lawyer once upon a time. But so yeah, I'm on the ApeSwap business development team. I started with ApeSwap well over a year ago, probably about 16 months ago now, as a community moderator, specifically helping out with the Reddit side of things, and quickly moved my way into business development, and it's been sort of onwards and upwards ever since. So my current role, as you can see, I've got my fancy new title listed there, is Director of Growth. So what this basically means is it's my job to take a look out across the crypto ecosystem, specifically the ecosystems that we're involved in. So that's going to be the BNB chain, as well as Polygon, and recently Ethereum as well. We're not as much so there as we are on Polygon and BNB chain, but stay tuned. But with that said, my job is to take a look at those ecosystems and figure out, okay, who are the strong players that we want to get involved with. Not necessarily the ones that are currently dominating the market, but the ones that we think really do have the firepower to, once the market turns around. Like we all know, it's sort of in a bearish state, but once things turn around, we want to work with the best and the brightest people that we can find to make sure that we are set up in such a way that as the market turns back on, we are set up for success. And so basically the way that I see it, and the way that James and I have been chatting about it for a while, is every single project that launches, or not that launches, but that comes onto the market, they need a strong launch pad. At this point in the game, if you don't have a strong launch pad, your chances of success are minimal at best. So we are trying to find out who are the best launch pads. We believe Axion is absolutely one of them, especially when it comes to the Polygon side of things. Very, very impressed with the work that this team does. Once I was able to get a hold of the team and actually begin a conversation, I mean, every assumption that I had has been confirmed. And so super excited to be working with, I was going to say you guys, but I was talking to the community, but super excited to be working with, your team. And I really think that there's going to be some incredible, synergies in the near future here. But with that said, in addition to, I guess there's the old saying, what goes up must come down, right? So everything that launches has to land somewhere. Well, at the moment, the way that we see it is there's too much disconnect between DEXs and launch pads. We think that there should be a much closer partnership between those two entities. And the reason being is because they're not competitive, right? There's no competition between a DEX and a launch pad, because at the end of the day, both the DEX and the launch pad have a vested interest in the success of the project being launched. So why not work together? Why would we separately try and support this project when together we can provide what I like to refer to as a premier end-to-end experience? Axion provides the launch pad, ApeSwap provides the landing zone, and we work together to make sure that everything goes smoothly every step of the way. So yeah, I guess that's sort of the higher level. That's the way that I'm looking at it. I don't know if you guys want to add on to that at all, but at the end of the day, I am stoked. I think that, right now, like we've all seen, things are a little bit slower. Things are a little bit more bearish, but I think the projects that continue to build during this time, and that's what's so special. And that's what I want to say to the community real quick. That's what's so special about these 5 guys that are on this stream here is this is a team that is building despite the bear market. And that is what you got to look for. A project that continues to build, a project that continues to innovate. So yeah, ApeSwap couldn't be more excited about this opportunity.
Well, finer words have never been said. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
Because it is a two-way road. We are just as excited. I know when we first started talking about this, we were talking about setting up a small pool on ApeSwap. One of our concerns was that people would see this as a big knee-jerk reaction when the rubber hit the road and we really started to dive into everything, it became very clear very quickly that we needed to solidify this relationship 100%. So we do have our liquidity now on ApeSwap. We have the in fact, I'm going to go ahead and maybe we can do this after. I don't know if you want to give a brief overview of the how the liquidity pools work, or do you want me to just go in and set up one of the first entries into that liquidity pool? I'm prepared to do that, but we would love to kind of hear a little bit more about the liquidity, the sustainable liquidity.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give that's probably a good way to do it. Is I'll give a quick kind of rundown of what we do at ApeSwap and what kind of sets us apart, the reason why you guys are going with us as far as the liquidity management is concerned. And then maybe, we do a little bit of some live demonstration on how they can get involved. So basically, we need to take a quick step back here and just do a very brief sort of history lesson on not decentralization, but just DeFi, decentralized finance, right? So as I'm sure most people here already understand, DeFi kind of, in a sense, kind of started with like the Uniswap of the world, right? They created automated market making. It was an absolute breakthrough, right? And then SushiSwap, they sort of innovated by adding pools and farms. Or I'm not sure if they added pools. I think they might have just added farms. Can't remember exactly. And then Later down the road on another network, Binance Smart Chain, you had PancakeSwap, and they absolutely became ginormous, right? They've got syrup pools, they've got farms. I'm sure most people that are in DeFi have participated in a syrup pool or farm at some point in their existence. Well, this was all going great, and everyone was blown away by sort of this innovation while the bull market was in full effect, right? Because money was pouring in. So of course, everybody was making money. What we failed to realize was that we were all making money because, I mean, how could you not? It was the bull market, right? There was so much money pouring in that all you had to do was stake into a farm with $1 billion APR and you were happy. However, times have changed, right? So we need to continue to innovate. So at ApeSwap, we don't really necessarily see ourselves as the alternative to a syrup pool / farm system. We see ourselves as sort of the evolvement, or you know, we're building on top of what comes before us. So, you know, if we look at the lineage, you have Uniswap, goes into SushiSwap, goes into PancakeSwap, goes into ApeSwap. And what we're bringing to the table is what we call sustainable liquidity mining. So like we'd mentioned, in the traditional sense, what you have is pools and farms. And so just for those that might be unaware, the way that that simply works is there's essentially two systems that get set up. In the first system, we'll take PancakeSwap, for example, because they're the ones who are most famous for this. So what would happen is you would take your cake token, which is the native governance token of PancakeSwap. You would take your cake token, you would stake that into a pool and earn a partner's token. Just for the sake of example, just so that I don't have to say partner token a million times, let's just take Axion. So let's just pretend that Axion is partnering with PancakeSwap, and which they're not, thank God, but let's just say for the sake of the example. So you would take your cake, you would stake it, you would earn Axion. In return, what PancakeSwap would open up is a farm where you could take your Axion USDC, stake it, and earn cake. Pretty straightforward. However, the problem here is this is what we refer to as liquidity renting. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard at some point in your life, hey, well, when you rent, you're quote unquote throwing money down the toilet. You're never going to see that money again. You're giving that money to a landlord, and that landlord keeps it. You don't get it back. And that's true in this system for both the project who's doing the farming and the DEX who's providing it in the first place. Because if you think about it, Axion is giving away Axion tokens. PancakeSwap is giving away cake tokens. And you guys, the users, you're just staking. You're not actually giving anything away. So at the end of the day, you keep the rewards, you keep the farmed tokens, and both the project and the DEX get nothing. So if you want both the project and the DEX to survive, you'll realize, well, this isn't sustainable. This isn't going to work. They keep on giving out money. Where's that money coming from? Well, it was coming from the bull market, and the bull market is gone. So what's the solution? The solution is treasury bills. So you heard James mention earlier, Axion is going to be opening up a treasury bill on ApeSwap here soon. They're going to be launching on Polygon this week as well. I believe the first one goes live, if I'm not mistaken, today, but I'll have to double check with our marketing team. It might go live tomorrow due to a hiccup. But anyways, besides the point, how does a treasury bill work? Well, this is where the project, instead of renting liquidity and just throwing money away long term, they can actually begin to own their own liquidity. Well, how does that work? Well, Axion is going to be giving you guys the opportunity for the very first time since their IDO to actually purchase their tokens directly from them at below market rate. However, you're not going to be able to just take them, dump them on the open market for a profit. This is not some sort of a get-rich-quick scheme for the team. They're not selling their allocation and running for the door. What they're doing is they're setting up a treasury bill sale. So a treasury bill is ApeSwap's newest product that no other DEX currently is offering. And what this is this is giving you the opportunity to purchase Axion at a discount. And what happens to those discounted tokens is they're going to get wrapped up and placed inside of a treasury bill NFT. And you'll be able to hold that NFT in your wallet and open it at any point and claim your discounted tokens that are being vested linearly over between 14 and 90 days. And so what this does is this gives you the chance to increase your holdings by literally just taking what you currently have and trading it for more in total amount of tokens because you're getting them for a discount. And then the way that Axion benefits is they are actually going to get to hold that liquidity permanently, which means that they are going to be able to create a much more sustainable floor. They're going to be able to help build up their treasury. They're going to be able to help provide a better user experience as far as the actual trading is concerned, because the deeper the liquidity, the lower the slippage, so on and so forth. So we're super, super excited to be rolling this out with Axion. And the reason why they are opening up a jungle bill, or not a jungle bill, I'm sorry, a jungle farm to start is because it's very important to go from renting to owning. I'm not sure if one of the things that I love as far as comparisons is comparing this to real estate. And I think one of the greatest deals that you can get is a rent to own program. This is where you move into a house, you're renting it from somebody, but your rental payments are actually going towards your eventual mortgage. And this is similar here. So they're going to start by renting, opening up a farm where you guys are going to be able to take your Axion USDC, stake it. You can do this right now and begin earning Axion tokens. Now what you're going to be able to do with those tokens is take those, pair those with more USDC, and in about a week's time, you're going to be able to use those to actually purchase more Axion at a discount in the bill's sale. So we're helping everybody get prepared in the best way that they can for this upcoming bill sale. So if I were you, and of course this isn't financial advice, this is Axion if you want to increase your Axion bag advice, is I would get into that farm as soon as you can, start accumulating those rewards, and then keep your eye out for the bill sale, because you're going to be able to accumulate tokens, like I said, at below market price and then vested for a short period of time. So yeah, I've been rambling. I should probably let you guys talk, but
so yeah, no, that's perfect. That's great. In fact, I want to kind of clarify too, so if you go to the banana farm, the jungle farm page right now, somebody already beat me to adding liquidity, guys. There's already $438 staked in there. And I'm going to go ahead and stake. I'm going to make a pretty big stake in there as well. You'll notice that the APR and the APY are very high. This is how it starts. It's going to, but you'll notice that almost every token on there, it's 10%, 12%. It's not a whole lot more than what you would get in the accelerator. But so you know, if you are an Axion token holder, if you've participated in the accelerator, you know, and if you hold a diamond NFT, you know, you can pretty much already get this kind of a discount for your Axion, but it does nothing for our liquidity. Here, it's going to help us beef up our liquidity. And then and this APY APR, the minute we have a couple more, and the minute I stake into it, the minute we have a few more staked into it, the minute this kind of hits its cap, that APY APR is going to come down to a very, very similar number that you see in the accelerator. So as far as deflation and as far as inflation, it looks big, huge, scary, and ugly right now. But the minute we start seeing funds flow into this liquidity pool, that APY and APR is going to drop. That's something we had talked with the team about. And then the same thing with the T-bills. So with this RTO, with this first pool, with this jungle farm, basically you, the holder of Axion, the holder of the LP, you will maintain your ownership. And you can maintain that ownership for as long as you like. If, however, you want to grow your stake in Axion, grow how much Axion you hold. When we launch the treasury bill, you'll be paid out in Axion. And when you're done being paid out in Axion, then the ecosystem will now own that liquidity, and we will be able to leverage that liquidity and benefit from that liquidity. So it's a way for us to build this liquidity pool and build our liquidity with the help of our token holders. So basically, and then if you wanted to, you could take that Axion that you've earned, and you can repair it and go through that process again and continue not only building your investment in Axion, but the liquidity that is there to sustain the ecosystem. And I can't imagine a better time to kind of get in on this, in the liquidity process of our ecosystem, when we need it the most, when it will benefit the ecosystem the most. And then as we see token appreciation, as we see volume pickup, as we see growth kind of come back, once this market is kind of shaking off all its leaves, if you will, then we will see, we'll start to see just how much benefit there is in having this liquidity. And it's a cycle that we can kind of go through, and we can go through that cycle as well as we work to get this liquidity that has been kind of beaten up by this market, and really kind of secure it so that we have a very healthy ecosystem once we get back into this bear market. Anything else you want to add there, or should I go ahead and kind of go and share this page and go from there?
I think you're crushing it. You're crushing it. I want to see the addition.
There you go. So here we go. So I'm going to share. Sorry, guys. This is only like the fourth time I've done this, so hang in there with me. All right. So this is the, it says banana farm, but isn't it a jungle farm, or is it? Oh, that's right. This is kind of a combination of the jungle and banana farm, right?
Yeah. On the Polygon side of things, they're all on the same page.
So if you go and you look at this, if you go and look at things on the Binance side of their project and their ecosystem, banana farms and jungle farms are two separate columns. And hopefully, as we participate in this program and as others start to participate in this program, we'll start to see it. We'll see this break into two separate pages and pools as well. But you'll notice if you look down this, mouse is wigging out. If you look down this, a lot of these APYs, these aren't the astronomical ones that you see, in some of the other ways that people are farming and building yield. But you can see here, someone's already staked $438 and beat me to the crunch here. So I'm going to click on Get LP. And I guess I have to create the LP first. Is that right? Before I can do this?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so let's create the LP. I'm going to select, see that? Look at that. I didn't even have to enter in the token, guys. I just clicked on it and it was right there at the top. I mean, look at that. I mean, what more can you guys ask for? This is awesome. Can't be more stoked. So then we're going to pick our USDC. And
so here, see that liquidity button up above it?
Yeah.
There you go.
I figured that out as soon as I'm torquing my arm around, or torquing my head around my camera here. My camera sticks out in front of the screen that I'm working on. So let's see. So we're going to say max. All right. So that's nice and healthy. We're going to say add liquidity. I'm going to confirm.
One of my favorite front end designs that the front end team implemented is that monkey head with the spinning banana around it.
Where's
Like, it's
that?
so- every time you do a swap or something, anytime a page needs to load, there's a little monkey with the banana spinning around his head that pops up.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of people were asking me, what's the announcement going to be? What's the announcement going to be? And one of them is kind of heads up our social gorillas, and hopefully he can join us if he hasn't. Fix kind of heads up our social gorillas, and all I said was the gorillas are going to go ape. So we've done that. Now we're going to go back to come on, James. Okay, I'm going to go up here to farms. Here we are. We've got. Okay, so I've got a mouse I need to replace. This thing I use a mouse wheel. I'm religiously using my mouse wheel, which is why it's all messed up. Now it just goes all over the place. So
Man, I should have told you to use the zap function. I messed up there. So for those watching, so he just there's a button right underneath the farm where it says get LP. And we actually just implemented this. So if you hit get LP, you can actually create your liquidity pool directly on the farms page, and you can actually zap any asset directly into the LP directly. You don't even have to go through the complex process of figuring out how much USDC, how much Axion do I need. You could actually just take, let's say you want $500, you could just take $500 of USDC, zap it directly into the LP, which I'm pretty stoked about.
Okay, so should I break up my LP now?
If you wanted to, but I mean, you already did.
I would rather have me make all the mistakes right here, so you can see what not to do. What's better? Is it better if I just break up the LP and then start over?
Well, I mean, you already did it correctly, so you're already all set. But if you wanted to demonstrate the zap feature, you would need to break up your LP here.
Okay. But now I got to turn off zap, right?
So you do,
because I already have the LP. So I turn off zap, or no?
Yeah. So in this pop up, this modal, if you will, the only option is to add liquidity. So you'd have to go back to that liquidity page you were on before in order to remove your liquidity.
Okay. And that's the best way to do it?
Yeah. So now that you're here, you'll hit my positions, which is that button just below where it says swap and liquidity up near the top. And then, hit. It
says no liquidity found.
Yeah, so hit the. There you go. And then once you add those two tokens, it'll pop up your LP pair. Yeah, so manage that pool. Or manage this pool, I suppose, is the button. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hopefully we're not finding bugs live on air.
Hey, that's what DeFi is all about. Okay, somebody else did this, so obviously, let's try again. So liquidity, my positions. Here it is. Okay, so this didn't show up before there, Tars.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, so you got to enable, and then you'll be able to remove the liquidity, which would
so
compare it essentially.
Let's do this the right way, and you just tell me what to do. How's that?
Perfect. Now that I remember that I think you just enabled it. I think you still have to unpair. I think there's one more transaction to do there.
Let's see.
Yeah, so there you got the USDC, and then you want to hit remove.
I'll give it a second because I did enable it already. Oh, there, right as I refreshed.
Oh, there's my spinning monkey. See him?
catch the
Best feature.
My favorite Easter egg.
All right. Let's go to MetaMask and see if it's there.
I'm gonna have to reimburse you for some gas after making you do all this.
I ended up with more USDC, dude. How'd that work?
Oh, nice.
If I do this a few more times, am I going to just keep getting more USDC?
I think
Okay.
we just witnessed some live arbitrage right on air.
Okay, farms. Okay, so I go to farms.
Yep. So click on
here.
There you go. Click on Get LP.
Okay.
And now you can go from your USDC and you can just hit max and it'll get you exactly $788 worth of LPs.
Okay, and then do I use the Axion the same way then?
Exactly. Yep. You can use any single asset to zap into the LP.
Well, now that's pretty awesome. That's something I wasn't aware of. So basically, you don't have to worry about creating the LP. If you just want $200 worth, you don't have to worry about figuring out how to create your LP and then put it in. So we definitely want to kind of focus on how to do this. When I put this article out, I'll have a small tutorial on how to at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and back up. So, and I might even edit this portion out. So if you want to set up, if you want to participate in the jungle farm, you'll go to the farms page. You will click on Axion USDC, get LP. You don't have to have your LP tokens already married. You can simply select how much USDC you want. I'm going to click max. All right. And then I'm going to say, I got to enable it. I'm going to enable my USDC. And I actually really like this because I have way more Axion Liquid right now than I can match up with my USDC. So I was going to end up with a big chunk of my Axion. And from the looks of this, now I can take my Axion full amount and stake it into the pair. Is that correct?
Totally. You could. And so one thing that is important to make note of is the fact that when you do the zap, you have to take note of what the zap is actually going to do. So if we look at what is happening at the moment, this is going to generate, I'm terrible at doing math quickly in my head, but whatever exactly 50% of $788.44 is, it's going to generate that amount of buy pressure on Axion here because it's going to take your USDC and it's going to purchase the amount of Axion it needs to create that LP pair.
Okay.
So if you go and you take your Axion your single asset Axion, let's say you go to make $10,000 worth of an LP. Well, it's going to have to sell $5,000 worth of the Axion to purchase the other asset to create that pair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not showing when I go in here to select my Axion, it's not showing that as an option.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a chance that this was an internal discussion that we had that if it would just be network tokens / stable coins that can be used to zap, or if it would be any asset. And it looks like they landed on the network tokens or stable coins.
Okay.
So with that said, never mind. You can't do straight from single asset Axion into.
It's better this way. It doesn't create sell pressure.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's not gonna. There's no way for some. It can only create buy pressure.
So can I still take my my Axion and pair it, create an LP pair and put it in here, or will that just be a normal LP? Well, or will I be able to use that in the T-bill that way?
So in order to use it, the single asset Axion, you'd have to pair it, and then you can use it. So you'll like if you wanted to pair, you would have to sell some of your Axion on ApeSwap for USDC, and then make the pair, and then you could go ahead and use it in the T-bill or in the farm.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do to get Axion as a purchasing token.
Yeah, I'd like to see Banana as one as well. So I'm kind of surprised that it's not. I'll have to talk to the devs.
Okay, so I take my max USDC and I'm going to zap that into Liquidity. Oop. Okay, so we're going to try this again.
Is the sell tax already disabled?
It's been removed.
Okay.
Okay. We'll edit this part. Somebody's already done this. So do I need to enable?
No, so the enable there is just to enable the staking into the farm once you have the LPs. Here, I'm gonna send a message into my dev chat.
So then will this turn to stake? So can I go make the LP and then use this to stake it right here?
That's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be able to use the Zap to get the LP and then stake it directly all on the same web page. I'm sending a message to our devs right now to ask them why the Zap from USDT into Axion or USDC, sorry, into Axion USDC is not working.
All right. Well, somebody's done it. So, in fact, it already says now it says 1,488 liquidity. So somebody else has been able to do this. See, this is just me. This is what happens to me. I get it all wrong. I screw everything up so that no one else has to.
Hey, well, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, thanks for taking one for the team.
Here, I'm going to try it on my end, see if I can.
Okay. Let's set aside $1,000 now.
I'm going to go for Matic. Oh, whoops. Don't do your max Matic, kids. Everybody remember that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and send this bug report to the devs because it's not working for me either. The Zap.
I'm going to try something, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go back and see if I can. I'm just going to go ahead.
I think this means that it's hard to zap Axion because we're already so electrifying.
All right. I'm going to slippage error. Okay. I need to find out if our devs are doing something because they were in the process of doing some updates. And maybe I need to do what you said and go to incognito. I don't know if that'll work or not, but okay, here we go. So I went ahead and I created a pair traditionally. Okay, no, so you can create a pair traditionally. That's really nice. I was really hoping that you wouldn't have to sell Axion to. Now, if you want to use the Zap feature because you want to play around and enjoy all the bells and whistles, that's great. But you can take your Axion, pair it with USDC, just like I showed. And when we're done here, I am gonna do just my own little tutorial. So maybe I shouldn't deposit all of this, but I'll just throw some more in. But and we've gone up some more, guys. So the liquidity is going up just as we're talking. So now I can deposit. I'll deposit max. Why does it say 0?
Sometimes liquidity pools are displayed in such a way where the decimal is so small that it will show a 0, even though, yeah, sometimes liquidity pools are just displayed in an odd way.
Now it wants me to enable again. Third time's a charm.
I wonder if Polygon is having network speed issues.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that for an instant.
We do love our Polygon overlords.
So I just got a message from one of our devs. He might, but that shouldn't affect us. They are. So we're going to be updating our accelerator to pull from the ApeSwap liquidity pool, so we can then so it's Hey, I once, not too long ago, went to do a big presentation, and I went to go purchase something with Matic, and I forgot to transfer Matic into my account, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, so for some reason it showed enabled. It actually showed that it was ready a minute ago, Tars, and now it's back to this. So it might be a Polygon thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I do find often that the Polygon network does sometimes lag a little bit.
So here's what we're going to do. It says I don't have liquidity. Because I don't. Because it gave me all Axion back.
Oh, is that when you tried to zap? Is that what happened?
I don't know, but this is way more. This is way more Axion than I started out with. All right, so we're gonna hash this out and figure out what's going on. I will make a tutorial on this, but we're gonna have to figure out what's going on because I no longer have USDC. I just have Axion, but I have the equivalent of my USDC in Axion here. So I'm not sure if that happened when we broke it apart. If it paid me in Axion, if it gave me all Axion or what.
Would you mind sending me the that wallet address so I can have my devs take a look at that transaction? Because
yeah.
Yeah.
Figuring it out live. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, like what you say. I mean, this is DeFi. There will be bounds to have a couple of errors here and there. But I think as a team, both of us, both projects take pride, making sure that it's all good for users, and this is where we are gonna be the scapegoat to make sure things are all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through Tars when we hop off. When we hop off, you and I'll sit back and get this figured out. Did you want to talk about? Did you want to go over anything else, guys?
No,
think it's good.
I really wanted to touch on the T-bills a little bit more though. How many projects have T-bills currently on Polygon with you guys?
There's going to be 2 of them launching this week, and then it looks like Axion's going to be the third one next week.
How many do you have on Binance?
I think we have 13 in total so far, and there's some pretty big projects. So we're super excited about the different projects that have taken an interest. For example, we just wrapped up a bill sale with DAP Radar. We also did a bill sale with Floki Inu. We did another one with a project called Seek. Not everybody is aware of Seek, but everybody is aware of Seek's biggest client. Seek is the project who's actually building the Facebook metaverse, like the official metaverse for Mark Zuckerberg. So whether you love him or hate him, Seek's building that. So they did a treasury bill. So we're pretty excited about it so far.
Hey, we're just as excited.
We are, and we'll figure this out and be all the smarter. And I held this big event years and years and years ago, and had hundreds of thousands of dollars in equipment. It was a 4-day festival, and one of my sponsors, who was a pretty big sponsor, we were sitting in this meeting and we were going over all the details of this 4-day event and everything that needed to be happened and all the order of operations and everything. And he looks at me and he goes, so we're going from Thursday to Sunday. And he goes, so you know what's going to happen Monday, right? And I said, I don't know. I'm going to get to sleep in. And he goes, you'll wake up Monday a much smarter person. So we'll get through this. We'll figure this out. And when we walk out the other end, we're all going to be a lot smarter people. And so let's just go ahead. We'll go ahead and draw this to a close.
And we'll try to get this tutorial posted for you guys as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The announcement as well, official announcement and everything else will be given.
Yeah, it'll all go out. And this might be the first video we edit. I don't know. All right, guys. Hey, thanks, Tars. Thanks for joining us. Let's connect right afterwards, and we'll get this figured out, and we'll all be smarter.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hey guys.
See you guys.
Axionauts,
See ya,
apes,
bye.
and
Hey, thanks
gorillas
for having me,
unite.
guys.
Take care.